Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mousy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
Two teams that have already seen one another come together to get things going. And day one of the Triangle Classic. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagles Sports Network. Number 21, Carson-Newman, comes in at 14-2, and they will take on the Senators of Davis and Elkins, who sit at 1-9 to start the 2026 season. These two met back on February 9th at the Big Region preseason preview in Johnson City. It ended in a 5-1 victory for Carson-Newman, where they started the season 3-0, and this will be a, I guess peculiar is the word, kind of game today. There is no temp fence out in the outfield here at the Walnut Creek Softball Complex as Malia Smith gets ready to get things going here, standing in the lefties batter's box, facing Sammy Jarvis for the Senators. And we'll dive into everything you need to know as this first inning moves along. First pitch coming at 12:02 local time, and it is in there for a first pitch strike from Jarvis. Smith shows bunt and fouls it straight back. And the count quickly moves to 0-2. Jarvis making her sixth appearance of the season, fifth start, comes in 1-3 on the 2026 campaign. As Smith in an 0-2 hole. Here comes the offering home, and it's high and outside from Jarvis. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Malia Smith, the leadoff hitter and shortstop in this Carson-Newman order. Carson-Newman in its all-orange uniforms with the pinstripes. 1-2, Smith pops it up, left center field, and the catch is made by the left fielder in Alyssa Haynes, puts one gone for out number 1. In this first inning, brings up Abby Martin, and here is the rest of the Carson-Newman order. Macaulay Bailey bats third, playing at first base. Anne-Marie Richards is the cleanup hitter, playing at catcher. Grace Gregory, the third baseman, bats fifth. Sarah Walker is the designated player, batting in the sixth spot. Katie Mathena is batting seventh, playing in right field. Addie Saunders bats eighth and left, and Reese Winchester is the second baseman, batting ninth, as Jarvis delivers a first pitch strike to the center fielder in Abby Martin, and gets ahead 0-1. Davis and Elkins in the black tops with Senators written across the chest in white, outlined in red. The 0-1 misses outside, 1 ball, 1 strike to Martin. With white numbers and a red outline around those, red pants with black socks, and a black visor for those that choose to wear it. The 1-1 races high. 2 balls, 1 strike to Abby Martin. As I said, the orange pinstripes for Carson-Newman with the orange pants, also with pinstripes and white socks with 2 orange stripes. Eagles written in cursive across the chest with white numbers. 2-1 buzzes the tower of Martin in the righty's batter's box, and she leans out of the way as the count moves to 3-1. Martin enjoying a stellar start to her senior season. Leads the team at a .500 batting average as the 3-1 misses high, and she's aboard on a 5-pitch, 1-out walk in the top of the first inning. Looking at this Davis and Elkins defensive alignment, Alyssa Haynes, who's recorded the first out, is in left field. Caden Warfield, the flex player, is in center, and Madison Smith is the right fielder. Ashlyn Zapak is the first baseman with maybe Ledesma at second base. Audrey Higgins is the shortstop, and Lorena, who goes by Lowe, Ruiz Rubio is the third baseman with Gwenny Wessling the catcher as Macaulay Bailey lifts a towering fly ball down the first base side foul, and the count moves to 0-1. A 1 is a strike that stamps the outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes to Macaulay Bailey, the senior out of Cross Plains, Tennessee. Team's most dangerous hitter, leads the team with 23 RBIs. 0-2 hangs upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 away. Abby Martin over at first base in game 1 of 3 on this now sunny Saturday in Raleighwood. The 1-2 skips outside, and Wessling sliding to her right makes the stop as the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The speedy Abby Martin over at first after a 1-out walk. As I was saying, first of 3 games today in consecutive fashion for both of these sides. 2-2 to Bailey. Hammers one towards right center field. It is out of reach for the center fielder Warfield, and it goes through the temporary fence, and it'll be ruled as a ground rule double. And as I say, goes through the temporary fence. I mean, there is no temporary fence. So no temporary fence on the fields currently, and catching up with the head of the field maintenance crew at the Triangle Classic. His name was Jeff. He didn't give me a last name, but he was saying that if it was up to him, these teams wouldn't be playing today due to the field conditions. With all the rain that has accumulated over the last 2 days, they didn't have time nor the conditions to put up a temporary fence. So it is just the blue poles in the outfield as Grace Gregory swings at the first offering and fouls it straight back, and it's 0-1. So with no fence, if it rolls through the fence, it is a ground rule double, and then it is up to the umpire's judgment on what is a home run versus a ground rule double. If it's in the air, as Gregory lifts one, shallow center field, on comes Warfield, and she'll make the grab as there is out number 2, and Abby Martin holds over at third base, a strong throw in. From Warfield, brings up Anne-Marie Richards, and there's the funkiness of it all for what is on display today in Raleigh, North Carolina. First offering to Richards. She clips it straight back. No balls, 1 strike. These are the positions that head coach Michael Graves has been rather upset with throughout the season. Runners in scoring position. They feels they're leaving too many runners on as Richards hammers one into left center. On into the gap goes the center fielder Warfield, and she is retired for out number 3 as the Eagles strand a pair at third and second after the ground rule double from Macaulay Bailey. Sends us into the bottom of the first inning, where we get our first looks at the Senators' bats, and Lorelei Spradlin in the circle for Carson-Newman. Back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talents up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit seeandeagles.com/Eagle Club.
Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. It is a 0-0 ball game through the top of the first inning between number 21 Carson-Newman and Davison Elkins in game 1 of 3 today in what is technically the opening day of the Triangle Classic here in Raleigh, North Carolina. These two teams were scheduled to play a pair of games yesterday against other teams here in the Tar Heel State, but due to the weather, it was canceled, and so changed around schedule has put 3 games on today's slate as Lorelei Spradlin climbs into the circle and delivers a first pitch strike right down the middle to Alyssa Haynes, who leads off in this Senators order. Standing in the lefties batter's box, Haynes playing in left field. Spradlin home on the 0-1. Hangs upstairs right at the letters for Haynes. 1 ball, 1 strike. Davison Elkins has gotten off to a slow start, just 1-9 to start this season. A 1-1. Brushes inside to Haynes. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1-9. The lone win came in Johnson City at that Big Region preseason preview. It was a 4-3 win over Carson-Newman's rival in Tusculum. 2-1 from Spradlin. Hangs upstairs, 3 balls and a strike. Spradlin gets back in the zone, stamps the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And at this point, I think Davison Elkins might be tired of seeing all these South Atlantic Conference teams. The payoff pitch from Spradlin, wave and a miss from Haynes. And Spradlin gets strikeout number 1 on the afternoon and out number 1 in the bottom of the first inning. As we can take a look through the rest of this Senators lineup, Alyssa Haynes batting leadoff. Gwenny Westling, the catcher, climbs into the righty's batter's box, batting second. Audrey Higgins is the shortstop, batting third. Ashlyn Zapak is the cleanup hitter, playing at first base. The first pitch to Westling misses high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Trinity Fleming's the designated player, batting 5th. Maybe Ledesma is the second baseman, batting 6th. 1-0, fouled straight back by Westling. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lorena Ruiz Rubio is the third baseman, batting in the 7th spot. Sammy Jarvis, the pitcher, bats in the 8th spot. And rounding things out, batting 9th, is the right fielder, Madison Smith. 1-1 from Spradlin. Dips in and skips in front of home plate. 2 balls and a strike. A 2-1. Westling pops it up, right field. Moving in comes Mathena, and she is there for out number 2, so we'll take a look now at the Carson-Newman defensive alignment. Katie Mathena is in right field. Abby Martin straightaway center, and flanking Martin is Addie Saunders in left field. Macaulay Bailey's over at first base, a duo of freshmen up the middle with Reese Winchester at second and Malia Smith at third. Grace Gregory mans the hot corner at third. And Anne-Marie Richards completes the battery with Spradlin, who comes home and fires in a first pitch strike to Audrey Higgins. And the count is at 0-1. This has been the lineup that head coach Michael Graves has trotted out over the last 6 games. The 0-1 just misses beneath the knees of from Spradlin to Higgins. 1 ball, 1 strike. Higgins, the leading hitter on this Senators team. The 1-1, a hard hit line drive back up the middle and into right center field for a 2-out base hit. And right on cue, the team's leading hitter in batting average. adds on to her total. Came into today batting .476 on the season with a pair of home runs and 5 RBIs. And so the Senators have their first base runner of the afternoon contest with no score and 2 gone here in the bottom of the first inning. Carson-Newman stranded a pair in the top half of the first as the first offering from Spradlin races high and snared out of the air by the catcher, and Richards prohibits Higgins from advancing any further on his first pitch ball. To the cleanup hitter, Ashlyn Zapak, and the 1-0 comes in and misses low as well. Quickly 2-0 here to Zapak, or Zapak rather. Standing in the righty's batter's box. A .276 hitter to start this season, the 2-0. Just misses high and inside from Spradlin. 3 balls, no strikes. .3-0 home. This is low, and it's a 4-pitch walk to put 2 on with 2 away. In the bottom of the first inning. It has turned into a beautiful afternoon in Raleigh, North Carolina. It was cloudy, cold. By cold, I mean in the mid-40s, but it is bumped up to 56 degrees. Just little spots of cloud and a sunsplash Saturday afternoon. As Spradlin starts this next at-bat to Trinity Fleming with a strike on the inner half. And it's 0-1. So 2 on for the Senators with Zapak at first and Higgins at second. The 0-1 is grounded foul down the third base side by Fleming. And Spradlin ahead, 0-2. This next offering will be the 20th pitch of this first inning for Spradlin. Has delivered 9 strikes through the first 19 pitches. And at times has struggled falling behind the hitters. Here comes the 0-2. Just off the outer part of the plate. Spradlin thought she had strike 3, as did Richards. So the count instead moves to 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. 1-2. Popped up, foul ground, first base side. Macaulay Bailey ranges over, and she'll make the grab for out number 3. So just like Carson-Newman did in the top of the first, the Senators strand a pair in the bottom of the first. Sends us into the second, same way we started. No score between Carson-Newman and Davis and Elkins here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with their $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
3-1 from the Triangle Classic in Raleigh, North Carolina. No score between Carson-Newman and Davis and Elkins. Both teams leave a pair of runners on in the first inning as Sarah Walker leads things off here in the second. Jarvis comes home on the first delivery, and it is fouled into the first base dugout by Walker. Moves the count to 0-1. Sarah Walker, Katie Mathena, and Addie Saunders are the three due up here in the second inning for Carson-Newman. Had runners both in scoring position with one gone in the top of the first inning and couldn't find a way to bring them home as the 0-1 misses in the dirt. From Jarvis, 1 ball and 1 strike to the designated player in Walker, standing in the righty's batter's box. Freshman out of Mills River, North Carolina, back into her home state, the 1-1. Walker, ground ball to short, picked up by Higgins, snaps it across the diamond, and it's in time for out number 1. Brings up Katie Mathena, and these next two coming up in the Carson-Newman order, and Mathena and Saunders have been coming on strong as of late. The corner outfielders have been a huge part of the success for Carson-Newman and why they're off to a 14-2 start, especially Mathena, taking a massive jump coming into her sophomore season. First offering from Jarvis. Misses outside. 1 ball, no strike. Mathena now batting .438 this season. Was used primarily as a pinch runner last season. Had 5 at-bats. A 1-0. Grounded foul to the on-deck circle on the third base side, where it's picked up with one hand by Addie Saunders, who stands on deck for the Eagles. So Mathena hit her first career home run in a 13-4 win on Tuesday against Converse, the 1-1. Zips upstairs from Jarvis, 2 balls and a strike. A 2-1 to Mathena. Ground ball sharply towards third, gloved on the backhand by Ruiz Rubio, and bobbled it for a moment, but found the ball again and zipped it to first for out number 2. Brings up Addie Saunders. A left fielder standing in the lefties batter's box for Carson-Newman. First offering home from Jarvis, high and outside to Saunders. 1 ball and no strike. A 1-0. Outside once more, quickly 2-0 against Addie Saunders. Lefty on lefty matchup between Jarvis and Saunders. 2-0. High once more, 3-0 now against Saunders, who has been enjoying a impressive last week for the Eagles. Had a walk-off single against Barton on Sunday, the 3-0, just on the outer half. As Jarvis gets back in the count, 3 balls, 1 strike. With an open stance in the lefty's batter's box, the 3-1. Saunders lifts a towering fly ball to shallow left field. Moving on comes Haynes, and she'll make the grab for a 1-2-3 top of the second inning. For Sammy Jarvis, sends us to the bottom half, where it is going to be 5, 6, and 7 in the Davis and Elkins order when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Maybe Ledesma leads off here in the bottom of the second inning, scoreless between number 21 Carson-Newman and Davison Elkins as Lorelei Spradlin comes home, and the first pitch to Ledesma catches the outer half. And it's 0-1. 5, 6, and 7. To get things going here in the second. 0-1 from Spradlin, hangs upstairs 1-1 against Ledesma. A 1-2-3, top of the second for Sammy Jarvis. The 1-1 from Spradlin, misses low and away, 2 balls and a strike. Ledesma hard hit ground ball. Skitters foul down the first base side. Two balls and 1 strike in the bottom half of the second inning. Scoreless so far. 1 hit for both sides. A single in the bottom of the first inning by Audrey Higgins, and in the top of the first, a ground rule double from Macaulay Bailey. A 2-2 count. Spradlin home. Another foul ball this time from Ledesma. Both teams in that first inning left 2 runners on. Carson-Newman had runners on second and third, and Bailey and Martin with 1 gone, and then back-to-back flyouts from Anne-Marie Richards and Grace Gregory left them stranded. Davis Elkins put 2 on with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. As the 2-2 skips it home, and the count runs full against Ledesma. But a pop out ended that threat in the first. The 3-2. Excuse me, a 2-2 now. Now runs the count full at 3-2. Swing and a miss. Spradlin puts her down by way of the K for her second strikeout and out number 1 here in the second. Brings up low Ruiz Rubio. And the first pitch home from Spradlin is in for a strike, 0-1. The 0-1 home. Catches Ruiz Rubio on her lead left leg on the off speed from Spradlin. Puts Ruiz Rubio down to first base with a 1-out hit by pitch. A partial get out of jail free card for the third baseman. And Spradlin's got ahead in the count. So here comes Sammy Jarvis, the pitcher. Spradlin misses inside for ball 1. 1-0. Jarvis off the end of a bat lifts it foul down the third base side. Evens the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Jarvis, as a pitcher this season, hasn't had too many at-bats, is 0 for 3. As the 1-1 at the top rail of the zone from Spradlin puts her ahead 1-2 as Jarvis was taking a pitch. Muddy field with all the moisture that is built up over the last 2 days with the rain and the triangle area. As the 1-2 fouled off the end of the bat by Jarvis. Keeps the count where it is. In this triad area in North Carolina with Raleigh, Durham, and Chapel Hill. Spradlin comes home on the 1-2. Misses low. And the count runs square. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 gone here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless between Carson-Newman and Davison Elkins here on the Eagle Sports Network. Matt Scalzo with you. Glad you could join me. 2-2, Jarvis, a slow pop-up toward short. Smith Fields fires back to first as Ruiz Rubio was off the bag, and it is a 6-3 twin killing to bring the bottom of the second to a close. An unconventional 1-2-3, but it goes in the book the same for Spradlin. Sends us into the third. 0-0 the score between Carson-Newman and Davison Elkins here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Nine, 1-2 in the Carson-Newman order. Reese Winchester leads off, and the first pitch home from Jarvis skips in low. Lose the count to 1-0. Winchester, then it's back to the top of the order with Malia Smith and Abby Martin as the 1-0 misses low from Jarvis. 2 balls and no strikes. That's high to Winchester. And as the Carson-Newman dugout on the third base side serenades, it is 3 balls, no strikes after 3 consecutive balls to begin this top half of the third from Sammy Jarvis. 3-0, that's high, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Reese Winchester to get things going here in the top of the third. Winchester has done that better than anybody on the Carson-Newman team. Now her 16th walk of the season. Leads this Eagles team and just shows the great plate discipline from the freshman out of San Diego, California. Has struggled with her bat a little bit, but gets on base above 450 to start this season as Smith puts a bunt down to the third base side. Picked up by the catcher Westling, goes to first, but it is not in time as Malia Smith shows off her blistering speed on a bunt to put 2 on quickly with nobody out here in the third inning for Carson-Newman. She has done that so many times this season, and now Abby Martin shows bunt, pulls back as it gets away from the catcher Westling as it missed inside from Jarvis. And both runners will advance another 60 feet in the matter of six pitches, as the home plate umpire says that Martin did go around. And so the count's at 0-1. As Martin swings on it, pops it up. It'll stay right on top of home plate, and Westling will make the play. Bailey swings on the first pitch, hits it to short, fielded by the shortstop in Higgins, and she'll retire Bailey. Coming in to score goes Winchester, and advancing to third went Smith. Gregory takes the first pitch strike, and it's 0-1. And a 1-0 Carson-Newman lead. Here comes the 0-1 from Jarvis. Catches the outer half to Gregory, and it's quickly 0-2. To Grace Gregory with 2 away and a 1-0 Carson-Newman lead. Malia Smith at third. Gregory chases and thought the catch was made by the catcher Westling, but an ugly at-bat there for Grace Gregory. Goes down on 3 pitches, but Carson-Newman gets a run on a ground out from Macaulay Bailey. Makes it 1-0 Carson-Newman as we head into the bottom of the third inning here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Bottom of the third inning here from the Triangle Classic in Raleigh, North Carolina. It is a 1-0 Carson-Newman lead after an RBI ground out from Macaulay Bailey. Drove in Reese Winchester and put the Eagles in front 1-0. And what was a quick start inning for Carson-Newman, a 4-pitch walk to Reese Winchester, a bunt from Malia Smith. They both moved into scoring position on a wild pitch, and then Bailey was able to drive in one, although head coach Michael Graves would have looked for more with the heart of that Carson-Newman order coming up in 2 in scoring position. But either way, the Eagles are in front as Madison Smith leads off here in the Davis and Elkins order. Swings on the first offering from Spradlin. Swings on the second, and both times came up empty, and Spradlin quickly ahead 0-2. Nine, 1, and 2 in this Davis and Elkins order. The 0-2, Smith pops it up. Left center field, long run for the outfielder. Saunders can't pick it up, and then bobbles it as Smith advances over to second base. Smith was going to second the entire time, and so she's in with the double. Smith was halfway to second by the time Saunders got to the ball. And so quickly the tying run into scoring position for Davis and Elkins. Brings up Alyssa Haynes. Shows bunt, puts it down first base side. Fielded on the bare hand by Macaulay Bailey. Snaps it back to first. For out number one, advancing to third went Smith on a 3-4 sack bunt from Alyssa Haynes. Brings up Gwenny Westling, the catcher for Davis and Elkins, trying to drive in that tying run, standing in the righty's batter's box. First pitch home from Spradlin, skips in. 1 ball, no strikes. To the catcher Westling, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to right, her first time up. Hangs outside from Spradlin. 2 balls, no strikes. Westling pops it up, foul ground, first base side. The catcher Richards moves over and makes the grab in front of the fence on the first base side for out number 2. As quickly out of the third base side dugout comes head coach Michael Graves. And will be making a defensive change as well. As Shelby Armstrong will go into left field in place of Addie Saunders. So Armstrong in at left field, and head coach Michael Graves is upset that no one went over to help Richards on the fly ball, as the first pitch into Audrey Higgins is a wave and a miss, and it's 0-1. And Saunders pulled after the long run to left and just lost it for a moment on the exchange before Smith reached on a double, as the 0-1 misses high and outside to Higgins. 1-1. Higgins 1 for 1 with a line drive to right center for a base hit. The 1-1 from Spradlin down the chute, and it's 1-2. Spradlin looks for the third out as Higgins pops one up off the end of the bat. Foul ground first base side. Macaulay Bailey comes over and makes the grab for out number 3. The tying run stranded it over at third. After Smith led off with a double, Spradlin works around trouble, sends us into the fourth. It is a 1-0 Carson-Newman lead here on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
5, 6, and 7 in the Carson-Newman order here in the top of the fourth inning. A 1-0 Carson-Newman lead as Anne-Marie Richards leads off and takes a first pitch ball from Sammy Jarvis that misses low and goes 5-hole on Gwenny Westling to the backstop, 1-0. Richards off the end of the bat, soft pop-up straight to the first baseman in Zapak for out number 1. Carson-Newman worked around trouble after a leadoff double from Madison Smith in the bottom of the third. Walker comes up to bat now, and first offering fouls it away down the first base side, 0-1. Sarah Walker's 0 for 1 with a ground out her last time up. There's the 0-1, and the skitter's foul off the bat of Walker, and it's quickly 0-2. But a leadoff double for Madison Smith put pressure on. Lorelai Spradlin worked around trouble, let her defense make plays behind her. As Walker on the 0-2 lifts one foul and out of reach for Zapak, racing over in foul ground. Count stays at 0-2. But head coach Michael Graves was upset after the defensive unit in that bottom of the third. Anne-Marie Richards made a play in foul territory as the 0-2 misses inside, or outside rather, to Walker. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Upset that nobody went over to try and call things off as the catcher ended up making the play against the fence of the first base side dugout. The 1-2. Walker off the end of her bat lifts it foul down the the first base side. And count stays where it is. And then Addie Saunders was pulled out of left field after the Smith double. It was a pop-up that landed between 3 Carson-Newman outfielders as the 1-2 from Walker hit on the ground to short, picked up by Higgins, and she'll retire Walker for out number 2. And that was pitch number 50 on the afternoon for Sammy Jarvis. Brings up Katie Mathena in the Carson-Newman order. First offering, Mathena on the ground, hit off the glove of Ruiz Rubio, picks it back up, lost her footing as Mathena is aboard with an infield base hit. And that brings up Shelby Armstrong, who came in place of Addie Saunders in this 8 spot. Armstrong this season batting 167 on the year and takes the first pitch ball down and in, 1-0. Armstrong 2 for 12 in her first season with the Eagles, transferred over from Roane State Community College. 1-0, check swing from Armstrong, and she went around as the count evens up at 1-1. Misses down and outside against Armstrong, who stands in the righty's batter's box, and the count moves to 2-1. Mathena over at first. One, 2-1, grounded foul, third base side by Armstrong. Just nubbed off the end of her bat. And the count moves to 2-2 with Two away and a runner on first in Katie Mathena. A 1-0 Carson-Newman lead. And the top half of the fourth inning. Armstrong pops it up on the 2-2 offering and goes out of play down the first base side. Just the lone run for Carson-Newman came in the third inning. An RBI ground out from Macaulay Bailey, pushed her up to 24 on the season. Two, and Armstrong spoils with another foul ball. Keeps the count where it is. Two to Armstrong. Called strike three. Jarvis freezes Armstrong on a beautiful breaking ball that just looped in and stuck right in the heart of the zone for strike three, and sends us to the bottom of the fourth as Mathena's left stranded for out number three. A 1-0 Carson-Newman lead as we head into the bottom of the fourth here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talons up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Bottom of the fourth inning here from Raleigh, North Carolina. Ashlyn Zapak leads off for Davison Elkins and takes the first pitch ball outside 1-0. Next offering home from Spradlin, a cut and a miss, and it's 1-1. Zapak worked a walk her last time up in the first inning. Came into today batting .276 on the season. As the 1-1 misses low from Spradlin. 2 balls and a strike here to get things going at the bottom of the fourth inning. Two-one high and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike to Ashlyn Zapak, the first baseman in this lineup and on this team, leading with 6 RBIs. And she works another walk as the 3-1 hangs outside from Spradlin. 2 trips to the plate and 2 trips to first base for Zapak after a leadoff walk here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-0, Carson-Newman in front. An RBI ground out from Macaulay Bailey that drove in Reese Winchester, who will lead off in the top half of the fifth inning. In the third, that is the lone run here as the first pitch bunted straight back to the pitcher in Spradlin off the bat of Fleming. She's retired on a 1-4 put out. Pushes Zapak to second base, and up comes maybe Ledesma. 0 for 1 with a strikeout her last time up. Ledesma on her first offering lines it foul down the right field line. And it's 0-1. The second baseman by way of Anaheim, California, in her sophomore season. The 0-1 hangs upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Now it's pitch number 55 on the afternoon for Spradlin. 1-1. This is down and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. With 1 gone in the bottom of the 4th. Tying run over at second base in Zapak after a leadoff walk here in the bottom half of the 4th. 2-1. High and outside from Spradlin. A back throw to second by Richards. Ushers Zapak standing in at second base. 3 balls, 1 strike. With 1 away in the bottom of the 4th inning. A 3-1 outside, and it's a walk to Ledesma. She didn't know it in the moment, but 2 walks in this inning for Spradlin. He's put 2 on with 1 away, and Lo Ruiz Rubio climbs into the Riley's batter's box. Was hit by a pitcher last time up in the 2nd inning. First pitch home is high from Spradlin, 1-0. The 1-0. Called strike on the inner half. 1 ball and 1 strike. A 1-0 Carson-Newman lead here in the home half of the 4th. 1-1 hangs high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ruiz Rubio. Came into today just 2 for 14 on the season. Has 3 RBIs. 2-1 from Spradlin. Rubio pops it up. Foul ground first base side. It'll slice out of play. Evens the count up at 2-2 with 1 gone. As there's no balls currently, trying to get those foul balls, and they got one here for Spradlin. Ledesma at first, Zapak at second. In a 2-2 count to Ruiz Rubio. Spradlin comes home. Popped up, bat of play, straight back. And it goes off the Mizuno tent here at the Triangle Classic. Tons of vendors and countless teams at Walnut Creek Park. And what is a 9-field setup. Eagles and Senators on field 5 here in game 1 of 3 for the day for both sides. And then Carson-Newman will make a walk to the other fields that are just beyond the trees, that are about 100 yards behind the left field fences. As the 2-2 comes in and misses in over top the shoes of Ruiz Rubio when the count runs full. Might be a little more than 100 yards, just a gauge. Either way, Spradlin here, a full count. Pitch home to Ruiz Rubio, turns and pops it up out of play, third base side. And so we'll do it all over again. And what has been a long at-bat. No need to adjust the count anymore. All the bulbs lit up on the scoreboard. Payoff pitch. And Ruiz Rubio spoils with another foul ball that is clipped straight back. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat upcoming. Another payoff pitch. Ruiz Rubio turns and drives this one deep to left, but she pulls it foul. Got a pitch she liked there. As the tying run for the Senators stands on second base in Ashlyn Zapak. Another payoff pitch from Spradlin. Misses high and outside. The 9-pitch at-bat ends in favor of Ruiz Rubio, and it loads the bases with just one away, and head coach Michael Graves comes out of the third base side dugout, and looks like he might have seen enough here from Spradlin. Goes through 3 1/3, and coming out of the third base side dugout, it's the birthday girl in Kalia Merritt, who will come in relief of Lorelei Spradlin with the bases loaded and one gone here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. It's a 1-0 Carson-Newman lead. We'll be back after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
Domino's Pizza in Jefferson City and Morristown wants to help feed your business. When you're hungry at lunch, show your business card at Domino's in Jefferson City and Morristown when you make your purchase for pickup or delivery to get 25% off the entire order. That's 25% off your order at Domino's in Jeff City and Morristown when you show your business card. Call 865-471-6700 to get a pizza. Domino's, the official pizza of the Carson-Newman Eagles.
In 2025, we celebrate 130 years of Carson-Newman athletics. Over the years, the teams at Carson-Newman have been known for their toughness and Christian spirit. Through the decades, teams and individuals playing at the highest levels have brought recognition for this little school on the banks of Mossy Creek. While we remember the past, we look towards the future. So join the Eagle Club today as we continue to support our athletes and coaches through funding and facilities. Talents up.
Join the Eagle Club today. Visit cneagles.com/Eagle Club.
Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning, and Davis and Elkins is threatening this 1-0 Carson-Newman lead. The 21st ranked Eagles in their first game of 3 on this sunny Saturday afternoon in Raleigh, North Carolina. Kalia Merritt replaces Lorelei Spradlin after 3 1/3 innings of work, but the walks mounted here in the home half of the fourth. 3 walks have loaded the bases with 1 away as Sammy Jarvis comes up. The pitcher for the Senators. First pitch home from the righty Merritt is a strike that cements the outside corner. 0-1. Merritt, a freshman out of Wayne, West Virginia. It's her birthday today. Team saying happy birthday to her as they made the 15-minute drive over from the hotel. The 0-1 fouled off the end of the bat by Jarvis. No balls, 2 strikes, and 1 gone here in the bottom of the fourth. Ruiz Rubio over at first, Ledesma at second, and Zapak at third for the Senators. The 0-2 from Merritt. Jarvis off the end of her bat, deep to right field, and it's over the head of Armstrong in left, picked up at where the base of the wall would be, as Zapak and Ledesma score a 2-run double from Sammy Jarvis, and the Senators take a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Had the left fielder Armstrong all turned around and was in on the play. And went over ahead, and as I said, where the wall would be, there is no temp fence up. It is just blue stakes lining the outfield. And that fly ball hit off of one of the blue antennas. Would have resulted in the same. It would have been a ground rule double. But either way, it's a 2-1 lead as Madison Smith swings on the first offering, drives one into right center field. The center fielder Martin makes a leaping grab. Tagging from third comes Ruiz Rubio. It's a 3-run bottom of the fourth. And the Senators take a 3-1 lead over the 21st ranked Carson-Newman Eagles. Jarvis holds over at second. As the first offering to the top of the order in Alyssa Haynes is a ball. Haynes fouls the 1-0 back. One ball, one strike. The 1-1 from Merritt is a looping pitch that hangs upstairs. 2-1. As there is another pitcher getting loose for Carson-Newman down the third base line. Appears to be Lacey Keck. 2-1 from Merritt. Grounded towards the first base side by Haynes. Macaulay Bailey scoops it up, takes it to the bag herself, and the inning comes to a close, but the damage is done by the Senators. 3 runs on just 1 hit. And 1 runner's left on base. They take a 3-1 lead heading into the 5th inning over number 21 Carson-Newman on the Eagles Sports Network.
Dorm food got you down? Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Reese Winchester leads off in the top half of the 4th inning, or top half of the 5th inning rather, and takes ball 1 from Sammy Jarvis, who delivered a 2-run double in the bottom of the 4th to give the Senators a 2-1 lead. They tacked on another on a sac fly as the 1-0 finds the zone, and it's 1-1 to Winchester. But it's 3-1 Davis and Elkins over number 21 Carson-Newman in the top of the 5th inning. 1-1. Winchester shoots one out to right field. Moving over is Madison Smith, and she'll make the play in right for out number 1. And it comes back to the top of the order with Malia Smith. Smith is 1 for 2, a bunt single her last time up in the 3rd, where Carson-Newman got 1 run. But the offense for Carson-Newman has not been here to start the Triangle Classic, as Smith swings on the first offering, hoists a fly ball to straightaway center field, and on comes Warfield for out number 2. So it's been a quick inning here for Sammy Jarvis, working efficiently here in the 5th, on the verge of what would be a marquee win for Davis and Elkins. What has been a tough start to the season, 1-9, to start this 2026 season as Martin lines a sinking line drive into right field for a 2-out base hit. As there might be some changes here as El Fracker, the head coach for Davis and Elkins, walks out of the first base side dugout and into the circle for the Senators. Doesn't look like there's going to be any, I guess, changes per se. Might just be a talk about how they're going to proceed here, because that brings the tying run to the plate in this situation, and it is the dangerous Macaulay Bailey, who had a ground rule double her first time up in the first inning, was left stranded over at second base, where the Eagles had 2 on with nobody out, both in scoring position, and is going to be a moment that I'm sure head coach Michael Graves will talk to me about. And the runners left in scoring position, and then had the RBI ground out her last time up in the third. Just climbs into the righty's batter's box. The first pitch home from the lefty. Jarvis hangs outside. And it's 1-0. To Bailey. Same spot, same result, 2-0 on a pitch down and away. Missing arm side is Jarvis. (2-0) to Bailey. Hammers one foul down the right field line. 2 balls and 1 strike. The speedy Abby Martin over at first base. (2-1). Bailey out in front on a drop pitch from Jarvis. Bounces it foul third base side. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the offense of Carson-Newman has been at times, especially today, the sore spot. Complete flip of the script as to what it has been in years past. 2-2 from Jarvis. Misses low and away. And the count runs full with 2 away and Abby Martin over at first base. Payoff pitch outside, and Macaulay Bailey works a 2-out walk, puts 2 runners on with nobody out, and here comes the 4-hitter in Grace Gregory. 0 for 2 today, a fly out to center field and a strikeout in her 2 times to the dish. And the senior that transferred in from North Alabama. First pitch home, Gregory, a line drive, trying to go backside, but it's straight to the second baseman, Ledesma. And the inning comes to a close as the Eagles strand another pair on the base pads in Martin and Bailey. Sends us to the bottom half of the 5th. It is a 3-1 Davis and Elkins lead over number 21 Carson-Newman on the Eagle Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Bottom of the fifth inning here from Walnut Creek Park. It is a 3-1 Davis and Elkins lead over number 21 Carson-Newman in day one of the Triangle Classic. Technically day two, but day one was all canned because of rain. And so the first of three games today for both of these sides, and a three spot in the bottom half of the fourth. Leading the way for Davis and Elkins as Gwenny Westling leads off. Swings on the first pitch from Kalia Merritt, grounds it up the middle, and Smith fields over at short, snaps the throw to first for out number one. Lorelei Spradlin in line for the loss as it currently stands. Had 3 walks issued in the fourth inning. All of those came into score after an check swing from Sammy Jarvis that she got all of out to left field. First pitch to Audrey Higgins is a ball, and it's 1-0. Got all of it and muscled a line drive to the backside into right field for left-handed hitting pitcher as the 1-0 misses down away, 2-0. Got Shelby Armstrong in left field all turned around. And it hit into one of the stakes out in the outfield. There's no temp fence up due to the weather. And the conditions weren't good enough for the field crew to get one put up. As the 2-0 misses high, and now it's 3-0 to Higgins. Merritt home on the 3-0. Misses low, a 4-pitch walk to Audrey Higgins. Puts her runner on first as Ashlyn Zapak, comes up to bat. She's worked a pair of walks today as there will be a pinch runner in this spot for Higgins. So number 9 exits and on comes number 99, April Belcher. In this spot for the Senators. As Kalia Merritt settles back in, the righty's first pitch home to Zapak. Misses down away, 1-0. 5 consecutive balls now thrown from Merritt. And this is a flip of the script from what we saw the first time these two teams met. A 5-1 win back on February 9th for Carson-Newman. Zapak on the ground to third. Gregory to second for one. On to first, it is in time. Gregory to Winchester to Bailey. They roll it up 5-4-3 and bring the bottom of the fifth to a close. Sends us into the sixth. It is a 3-1 Carson-Newman lead here on the Eagle Sports Network.
Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
After a 5-4-3 twin killing brings the bottom of the fifth to a close, the Eagles looking to get things going here in the sixth. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagles Sports Network. A 3-1 Davis and Elkins lead as Anne-Marie Richards leads off, and the first pitch home from Sammy Jarvis is on the outer half for a called strike one. Jarvis currently the hero offensively with a 2-run double and has been pitching the whole time in the circle as the 0-1 misses low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Audrey Higgins has re-entered over at short in place of April Belcher. 3 runs in the bottom of the fourth, the difference so far. The 0-1 misses outside. Or excuse me, the 1-1 rather. Misses outside. It's 2 balls and a strike to Anne-Marie Richards. Fly out to center and a foul out to first. Her 2 times up. 2-1, drives one into left center field, but moving into the gap goes the center fielder Warfield. And there's 1 gone now in the top of the 6th inning. 1 run on 4 hits for the Eagles. They've left 6 on base. As for Davis and Elkins, 3 runs on 3 hits. They got all their runners aboard in the 4th via the free pass. 3 walks in that inning from Lorelei Spradlin. Saw her pulled as the first pitch home to Sarah Walker misses beneath the D's, 1-0. Kalia Merritt came in and Jarvis muscled one the other way out of the lefty's batter's box for a 2-run double to left as the 1-0 Walker pops it up straight onto the circle. Jarvis takes a couple of steps back and makes the play for out number 2 in this 6th inning. She's retired 4 consecutive Carson-Newman hitters, and outside of that first inning hasn't really had to deal with too much trouble. Has just let up a lone hit in each inning as the first pitch to Katie Mathena is a foul tip. Makes the count 0-1. As Carson-Newman offense has just not been able to get into gear. The 0-1. Outside from Jarvis, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Eagles now down to 4 outs, counting the 3 in the 7th, trying to avoid a second loss of the week. Mathena lifts a 1-1 fly ball to right center field. Warfield into the gap, and she makes another play for a 1-2-3 top of the 6th inning from Sammy Jarvis. She's been dealing the circle, and she's the reason that the Senators find themselves in front, looking for the 2nd win of the season this year for Davis and Elkins, and it would be a marquee one at that. We head into the bottom of the 6th here on the Eagles Sports Network.
Need a home-cooked meal? Then Lisa's Country Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long. From the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows. AEC is here to help. We have a quality contractor network, easy financing, and incentives for home upgrades. Plus, AEC carefully inspects every job to ensure the highest quality satisfaction. Visit our website at aeccoop.org for applications, contractor lists, and more details. AEC, power what matters most.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 3-1, Davis and Elkins in front over number 21, Carson-Newman. Matt Scalzo with you on the Eagle Sports Network. Delighted you could join me. This Trinity Fleming takes the first pitch ball from Kalia Merritt, and it's 1-0. Carson-Newman has struggled to get its offense going. 1 run in the third and 3 in the fourth from Davis and Elkins. The difference as Fleming hammers one to left field. Armstrong dives, is unable to come up with the grab. Might have lost her footing a little bit in the wet outfield grass, and was just able to stab at it to avoid any further damage as Fleming is aboard on a leadoff single. It is the second time that the leadoff hitter, or the third time rather, that the leadoff hitter has reached for the Senators today. Was in the third, also did it in the 3-run fourth via a walk, as there is a pinch hitter up in this spot in place of maybe Ledesma. It is Meg Henkel as the pinch hitter. Took a first pitch ball and takes a second one from Merritt. Two balls and no strikes to the pinch hitter in Henkel. Two-0 is off the, now the count moves to 2-1. Skips in, a good block from Anne-Marie Richards behind the dish. And the count shifts to 3-1. Henkel, a sophomore out of Rockford, Ohio. It's low, and it's a well-placed pinch hitter by head coach L. Fracker. Puts 2 on with nobody out. Maybe Ledesma is going to re-enter in place of Henkel. Put some more speed back on the bases. And there is also a change in the circle for Carson-Newman, as Lacey Keck will come in place of Kalia Merritt. With 2 on and nobody out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, it's a 3-1 Davis and Elkins lead as Keck warms up. We'll take a quick break and see you on the other side of this break on the Eagle Sports Network.
Kitchen is for you. Lisa's Country Kitchen has been feeding Carson-Newman students for 15 years. Lisa's has a family-friendly atmosphere all day long, from the morning with her $2.99 breakfast specials to dinner with Lisa's fresh, never-frozen steaks. Carson-Newman students get a 10% discount with their student ID.
Lisa's Country Kitchen on Route 92 off Old Andrew Johnson Highway. The best food for the best prices.
Looking to make your home more comfortable and affordable? Maybe with a new electric heat pump or new attic insulation? And don't forget new doors and windows.
Sorry to cut off the great ad read from Andrew Rogers, but Lacey Keck is all ready to go here in the circle for Carson-Newman. The lefty out of Knoxville, Tennessee, in her freshman season, comes in with 2 on and nobody out, facing Lorena Ruiz-Rubio, as first pitch from Keck breaks into the zone, and it's 0-1 to Ruiz-Rubio. This is inside. Ruiz-Rubio said it caught her wrist. And so this umpiring crew is going to come together. Ask for the names. They only gave me their first names, but Haywood is the home plate umpire, and Darian is the base umpire. Be the second time that Rubio's been hit by a pitch, and they rule that she has been after deliberating out by the circle. Second time today that Ruiz Rubio has been hit by a pitch. Both times have been on a 1-0 count. And so that loads the bases with nobody out. And up comes Sammy Jarvis, who had a 2-run double her last time up in the 4th inning. And head coach Michael Graves needing a word with everything that's been going down in this inning, and doesn't agree with the call and heads back to the third base side dugout. So now a lefty-on-lefty matchup as Lacey Keck will look to put things back together and keep things where they are for Carson-Newman. Jarvis looking for a couple more RBIs on what has already been a big day for the pitcher. Lefty-on-lefty, the first pitch home from Keck, a hefty hack, and Jarvis comes up empty. 0-1. Jarvis, a junior out of Sun City, Arizona. The 0-1 outside. Snap throw back to third by Richards. Guides Fleming back in safely. Trinity Fleming at third, maybe Ledesma at second, and Lorena Ruiz Rubio over at first. The 1-1, a swing and a miss from Jarvis as Keck climbed the ladder on a rise ball, and the count goes to 1-2. One-two offering from Keck, hangs outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keck last pitch 6 days ago on Sunday in Game 2 against Barton. Got the start, going 3 innings. Her first start in her freshman season. 2-2 home. Jarvis pops it up. Foul ground, third base side. Gregory fights through the base runner in Fleming and is able to come up with the play for out number 1. Nobody even attempting to do anything there, as that ball didn't even barely got past third base bag. Brings up Madison Smith. With 1 gone, the base is still loaded in a 3-1 Davis and Elkins lead. First pitch to Smith. Catches the outer half. And Keck is in front, 0-1. To the 9 hitter in this Senators order. The 0-1. Smith lifts a towering fly ball to straightaway center. Martin makes the grab. Tagging from third is Fleming. She'll score without a throw. And Madison Smith does her job, adds on to the Davis and Elkins lead with a sac fly to drive in Trinity Fleming. Ledesma holds at second. And Fleming comes in to score as it is 4-1 Davis and Elkins. Senators came into these contests 1-9 on the season on the heels of a 4-game skid. First offering to Alyssa Haynes finds the outer part of the plate. And another lefty-on-lefty matchup, and the count moves to 0-1. The 0-1, Haynes pops it foul, third base side. Count goes to 0-2. This is a Davis and Elkins team that over the past few years have found themselves in the Mountain East Championship Series. It has not been the same start this season. Run ruled in 5 of their 9 losses. 0-2 to Haynes, misses outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But in the first game in 2 weeks for the Senators, maybe that's the break they needed. They've come out refocused, re-energized. Jarvis has looked good in the circle. The 1-2 hangs outside, and Haynes holds up on a check swing. Evens up the count at 2-2. With 2 away, and a 4-1 Davis and Elkins lead after the sacrifice fly from Madison Smith. 2-2 from Keck. Misses high, and the count runs full. So Haynes has worked backwards, down 0-2. Here comes the payoff pitch from Keck. Swing and a miss. Keck gets the strikeout and leaves 2 on in the bottom of the 6th. But Carson-Newman is going to need to get its offense going in the top of the 7th, chasing 3. A 4-1 Davis and Elkins lead. Sammy Jarvis looking for 3 more outs to get another complete game and get the 2nd win on the season for Davis and Elkins when we come back on the Eagle Sports Network.
The Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Light is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilight.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Top of the 7th inning, a 4-1 Davis and Elkins lead over Carson-Newman here on the Eagle Sports Network. Shelby Armstrong leads off here as it is 8-9-1 in the Carson-Newman order, trailing 4-1 with 3 outs to work with. As Armstrong takes the first pitch ball from Sammy Jarvis, that is pitch number 81 on the afternoon for the left-hander. 1-0. Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. For the junior, that has gone cross-country for her college softball career. Native of Arizona, came to Elkins, West Virginia. Pitch for the Senators, the 2-0. Pop-up right field, and Armstrong drops it in between 3 Senator defenders. And as they all dive for it and come up empty, Armstrong takes advantage and advances up to second base. It'll currently go down as a double for Armstrong, as it landed between all 3. None of them had touched it when Armstrong made the turn for second. And so here comes Reese Winchester as Carson-Newman needs a rally here in the 7th. First pitch to Winchester misses low. Armstrong a large secondary lead over at second. And then a back throw from Wessling ushers Armstrong back into the second base bag standing up. Winchester is 0 for 1 today. Worked to Walker first time up, came and scores the lone run for Carson-Newman back in the 3rd. 1-0. Burns the outside edge from Jarvis, 1-1. Last time up for Winchester, flew out to right field. The 1-1. Winchester bounces it foul down the third base line. If Winchester's able to get on, it would bring the tying run to the plate in the top of the Carson-Newman order with nobody out. 1-2, a check swing from Winchester. She doesn't go around. The ball popped away from Westling, and advancing up to third goes Armstrong. Two-two to Winchester. Misses down away. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With nobody gone here in the top of the 7th inning. Payoff pitch from Jarvis. Misses high, and for the second time today, Reese Winchester adds on to her team-leading walk total, up to 17 now on the season. And Elle Fracker comes out of the first base side dugout into the circle and is going to talk things over with her team. Jarvis is going to stay in. She's not getting pulled. And then there's also a conversation happening in the outfield as Kelsey Peterson, the assistant coach for this Davis and Elkins team. So the first 2 have reached for Carson-Newman. A double from Armstrong, advanced to third on a wild pitch. And then the second walk of the day from Winchester puts runners on the corners with nobody out. And the tying run coming up to the plate, currently represented by Malia Smith, the speedy freshman shortstop, has been so dynamic this season. Clearing a path in the lefty's batter's box, field that is still rather wet from all the rain over the last 2 days. 1 for 3 days so far for Smith. The corners are in. Smith shows bunt, pulls back as the first offering is low on pitch number 91 from Sammy Jarvis. First baseman Zapak and third baseman Ruiz Rubio up as this one is popped in front of home plate by Smith, and with her speed, she's aboard on another bunt single. Winchester up to second. Armstrong holds at third. And here comes Abby Martin, who now represents the go-ahead run with nobody out here in the top of the 7th. The first 3 have reached for Carson-Newman. And Martin takes the first pitch strike from Jarvis. It's 0-1. Martin walked, was left stranded at third her first time up, popped out to the catcher in the third, and then was left stranded at second after a 2-out base hit in the 5th. The 0-1 hangs upstairs from Jarvis. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out in the top half of the 7th inning. Malia Smith at first, Reese Winchester at second, and Shelby Armstrong, who started this inning with a double, over at third. Martin, a line drive in the left center field. It's out of reach for the outstretched glove of Higgins. Everyone advances another 60 feet, and Armstrong comes in to score on the 18th RBI of the season from Abby Martin. And so now the go-ahead run is on the bases for Carson-Newman. Brings up Macaulay Bailey. Standing in the righty's batter's box, the first pitch home to Bailey is a ball, and it's low, 1-0. Energy starting to build for Carson-Newman here. The 1-0, this is a wave and a miss, 1-1. A wave and a miss from Macaulay Bailey, and the count moves to 1-2. Trying to settle things down here with nobody out, a 1-2 count. Pitch number 99 of the day from Jarvis, a shot foul down the first base side. One ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. And the top of the 7th inning, a 4-2 lead for Davis and Elkins. One, 2, Bailey ground ball, and it skitters foul down the third baseline. That was pitch number 100 for Sammy Jarvis on her afternoon. Winchester at third, Smith at second, Martin at first. Tons of speed, a ball to the outfield should score Smith as the 1-2 hangs upstairs from Jarvis. Nearly got past Wessling. And the count goes to 2-2. The foul ground behind home plate is not all that deep. It depends on the jump you get at third if you're going to take it home. 2-2, Bailey spoils with a foul ball that she pushes down the first base side. And this at-bat continues. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat. Count is at 2-2 as Bailey called time just to confirm the count. 2-2 from Jarvis. Another foul ball from Macaulay Bailey down the first base side. Pitch number 8 of the at-bat. A double in the first, RBI ground out in the third, and a walk has been the day for Macaulay Bailey. With the tying run in scoring position, the 2-2 home, misses high, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 9th pitches gone by in this at-bat. The next one will put it into double digits. Program leader in career home runs and career RBIs for the senior. Payoff pitch. Another foul ball. Shoots it straight back. Ten pitches in this battle between Jarvis and Macaulay Bailey. Payoff pitch home. Bailey jammed inside and muscles it foul down the third base side. As 11 pitches have gone by in this at-bat between Macaulay Bailey and Sammy Jarvis. Another payoff pitch from Jarvis. And Bailey fights off with another foul ball that she lifts to the fencing behind home plate. Another payoff pitch. Bailey line drive down the left field line. In comes Winchester. Smith will score as well. It's a ground rule double that ties it up at 4. 13 pitches later, Macaulay Bailey ties it up with a 2-run double down the left field line. Martin goes to third. The second ground rule double of the day for Macaulay Bailey. Ties us up at 4 and brings the day to a close for Sammy Jarvis as we get the new pitcher and get everything figured out. We'll take a quick break here on the Eagles Sports Network. All square, 4-4 between Carson-Newman and Davis and Elkins here in Raleigh, North Carolina.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
They don't call it Raleighwood for no reason at all. Tall tied at 4 between Carson-Newman and Davis and Elkins after a 13-pitch at-bat from Macaulay Bailey. A 2-run double down the left field line has tied things up as there is a pinch runner in for Macaulay Bailey. It is Bailey Worley in that spot for the Eagles. As Grace Gregory climbs into the righty's batter's box. Apology for the delay there. As the official scorekeeper, I communicate with the home plate umpires. Grace Gregory swings on the first pitch. It's a skittering line drive into left field for a base hit. Martin scores. Bailey Worley coming to the plate, and Grace Gregory. A 2-run double. It is 6-4 Carson-Newman. A sizzling ground ball off the bat of Grace Gregory. And back-to-back hits. Back-to-back 2-run doubles from Carson-Newman has put the Eagles in front after a 5-run top of the 7th inning. Anne-Marie Richards comes in, swings on the first pitch. It's a line drive into right center field. Gregory motors around third, coming in to score. 3 straight RBI hits, and it's 7-4 Carson-Newman. RBI single from Anne-Marie Richards. Brings up Sarah Walker. Haven't even had a chance to touch on the new pitcher, Alicia Munoz, that has come into this contest. 7-4 Carson-Newman as the first pitch to Sarah Walker misses high. A 13-pitch at-bat from Macaulay Bailey ended in a 2-run double down the left field line, tied it up at 4. And the first 2 pitches from Munoz, Eagles have added on 3 more. Sarah Walker fouls the 1-0 down the right field line. 1-1. Katie Mathita is on deck for Carson-Newman. Lost my paper there. Appreciate the hospitality here in Raleigh. As the 1-1 misses low, 2 balls, 1 strike. To Sarah Walker. As I was saying, they don't call it Raleighwood for no reason. All these movies filmed in the 1980s got the Hollywood-esque nickname as the 2-1. Walker drives it into center field. Warfield takes a few steps back and makes the grab on a hard hit line drive from Sarah Walker keeps Anne-Marie Richards over at first, and that is the first out of the inning. It has gone double, walk, single, single, double, double, single, and a flyout for Carson-Newman. 6 hits in this inning for the Eagles. First pitch to Katie Mathena is a strike on the outer half. 0-1. The 0-1. Another strike that catches the outer half, and it's 0-2. Anne-Marie Richards over at first base after an RBI single. The 0-2, Mathena goes the other way into right field for a base hit. Richards turns around second. She'll stop there. Another hit in this inning for the Eagles. Keeps things moving along as it's back to where it started with Shelby Armstrong here in the top of the 7th inning. A double from Armstrong kick-started this inning, followed by a walk of Reese Winchester. And then a bunt single from Malia Smith. Loaded the bases. Here comes Armstrong. First pitch swing for her. Hits a line drive foul down the third base line. Out of reach for the outstretched arms of head coach Michael Graves, who is the third base coach. Graduate assistant Hayden Dye is over at first. Abby Martin kept this inning going after the first 3 reached with the RBI single. Next pitch home to Armstrong. Misses, and it's 1-1. One pulled high and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Six runs on 7 hits for the Eagles here in the 7th. Still just 1 away. Armstrong pulls it foul left field line. Count evens up at 2-2 with 1 gone. Mathena at first, Richards over at second. The break even from Munoz. Armstrong sinking line drive into center field. 3 consecutive base hits from the Eagles. Loads the bases once more with 1 gone in the 7th. What has been a frustrating afternoon for Carson-Newman has turned into an offensive explosion here in the 7th. Carson-Newman's still got 2 more games after this game that could be seen as emotionally draining. And they still got a contest with Lincoln from Pennsylvania. And on tap next as Reese Winchester comes in and takes the first pitch ball high and outside from Munoz. Second time Winchester has come up. She worked a walk her last time up in this inning, 2nd walk of the day. Team leading 17 walks on the season for the freshman second baseman. 1-0. Outside from Munoz, 2-0. Munoz, the second pitcher used today for the Senators. Sammy Jarvis had been doing exceptional until she was pulled after a 13-pitch at-bat with star first baseman Macaulay Bailey. The 2-0 from Munoz back in the zone as the breaking ball loops on the outer half. 2-1. But Macaulay Bailey delivered a 2-run double down the left field line that tied it at 4. Jarvis was pulled, ending her day. 2-1 outside to Winchester, and the count set 3-1. Upstairs, second walk of the inning for Winchester. Third of the day, it drives in Anne-Marie Richards and makes it an 8-4 Carson-Newman lead. They add on the extra point here in the top of the 7th. Brings up Malia Smith as it comes back to the top of the Carson-Newman order. As I was saying, a date with the Lions of Lincoln up next for the Eagles. That was slated for a 2 p.m. start, but it is currently scoreboard not operational currently, so feeding everybody information on what the score is as Malia Smith takes the first pitch ball high and inside, 1-0. It is currently 2:01 local time, feeding off my last bit of information. The 1-0 to Smith is high from Munoz. 2 balls, no strikes. So not sure when that contest with Lincoln will get going. And then later on tap for what is slated for a 4 p.m. start is a date with West Virginia Wesleyan. 2-0 to Malia Smith. High and outside to the lefty. 3 balls, no strikes. Winchester at second. Winchester at first. Shelby Armstrong at second. And Katie Bethina at third. 3-0, misses high and inside now against Smith. And the wheels on the bus go round and around, back-to-back walks that drive in a run. It's now 9-4 Carson-Newman as Katie Bethina comes in to score. And here comes Abby Martin, who drove in the first run of the inning for the Eagles. An RBI single that gave her RBI number 18 on the year. First pitch taken by Martin that misses high from Munoz. And it's 1-0. 25th pitch thrown by Alicia Munoz in this inning. 13 of them have been balls. And she has walked the last 2 batters. 1-0. Misses low to Martin. 2-0. Still just 1 gone here. 8 runs in the top of the 7th for Carson-Newman. Armstrong at third, Winchester at second, and Malia Smith over at first as Munoz calls for a new ball. There's a strike that stamps the outside corner from Munoz. 2-1. Martin ground ball to third. Ruiz Rubio fields, goes home, and retires Armstrong for out number 2 as Martin goes to first. Smith up to second and Winchester to third. Brings up Macaulay Bailey. First pitch taken by the first baseman for ball 1. As she re-enters in this spot, was pinch ran for by Bailey Worley. And head coach Michael Graves go and check on things. And he's gonna let home plate umpire home plate umpire Haywood let him know that Macaulay Bailey is re-entering. Forgot to do that in this marathon long inning. I'm not sure he was anticipating Macaulay Bailey coming back up. And took a first pitch ball, so the count's at 1-0. 2 away, bases loaded. Martin at first, Smith at second, and Winchester at third. Some deja vu for Macaulay Bailey. The 1-0 outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Last time Macaulay Bailey came up in this exact spot, it was a 4-2 deficit for Carson-Newman. Now it's a 9-4 advantage. But a 13-pitch at-bat that ended in a 2-run double from the first baseman tied it up at 4. As this one is a frozen rope into center field. Scores Winchester. Here comes Smith on her heels. A 2-run single from Macaulay Bailey. Plates 2 more for Carson-Newman. They've scored 10 in the 7th, and it is an 11-4 lead. Didn't need quite as many pitches. Subtracted 10 in this most recent at-bat in comparison to the 13-pitch at-bat that tied it at 4. Just needed 3 and makes it an 11-4 Carson-Newman lead. Gregory swings on the first pitch. It's a hard line drive foul down the third base line. And it's 0-1. 10 runs in the top of the 7th inning for Carson-Newman. They scored 11 against against Shorter last Wednesday. That's been the most in an inning so far this season for the Eagles. The 0-1 is down the chute to Gregory, and it's 0-2. An 11-4 Carson-Newman lead. Gregory chops one to short, picked up by Higgins, snaps it to first. This stretch by Zapak is in time for out number 3. Michael Graves making sure that she was still on the bag. She was. And the inning comes to a close on a 6-3 put out of Gregory. But Carson-Newman does its damage. 10 runs on 9 hits. They leave 2 on, as now they look for 3 more outs to take game 1 of the day over Davis and Elkins. 11-4 Carson-Newman lead on the other side of this break on the Eagles Sports Network.
We love to cheer for our home teams, like the Eagles. It means more when we're rooting for the people we know. Did you know Tri-Lite is your home team internet provider? We're right here in Jefferson City, serving the people we know with our ultra-fast, ultra-reliable fiber broadband network. And we'd love to serve you. Learn more at trilite.net or by calling 833-847-0824. Go Eagles!
How do you know you're in a community, not just a town? Well, strangers smile as they walk by. They refill your coffee without you asking. And when you ask directions, people offer to walk you there. Communities give more. The way you know when you walk into First Bank that you are in a real community bank. Great products, direct access to your local bankers, and relationships that can last a lifetime. Don't just have an account. Have a community with First Bank. Member FDIC.
Well, the tables have turned mightily here in Raleigh, North Carolina. It was a 4-1 Davis and Elkins lead, looking for 3 more outs in the top of the 7th. Carson-Newman had other plans. The 21st ranked Eagles plate 10 runs in the top of the 7th and take an 11-4 lead into the bottom half, looking for 3 more outs. It's Lacey Keck in the circle, and she'll face Gwenny Wessling to get things going here in the bottom of the 7th. Second most runs in an inning this season by the Eagles as Keck fires the first pitch ball to Wessling 1-0. 10 runs on 9 hits They leave 2 on base. One-0. High and inside to Westling from Keck. 2 balls, no strikes. Westling's 0 for 3 today. Audrey Higgins and Ashlyn Zapak are the next 2 due up. 2-0 misses high. 3 balls, no strikes to Westling. And so Anne-Marie Richards calls time behind the dish. And we'll talk things over with their fellow freshman in Keck. Calming her down and trying to give her some confidence. Got a 7-run cushion. You got a great defense behind you. Here comes the 3-0. And that's right back in the zone from Keck, 3-1. For those of you trying to find the contest between Carson-Newman and Lincoln in softball, you're going to have to wait a little while longer. 3-1. Westling fouls it straight back on a pitch that was up above the zone. Likely would have been ball 4. And instead, it's strike 2, and the count runs full. As Keck looks to work backwards. Payoff pitch misses high, and Westling is aboard on a leadoff walk in the bottom of the 7th. Brings up Audrey Higgins. First pitch to Higgins is a strike on the inner half. Next pitch home to Keck is outside, 1-0. Higgins on the ground up the middle. Smith to second for 1. On to first, it's a double play. Smith to Winchester to Macaulay Bailey. They roll it up 6-4-3, and it's the 3rd double play of this contest. Puts 2 away. So Ashlyn Zapak represents the last hope. First pitch swing, line to third. Gregory is there, and this game is over. A 10-run top of the 7th closes the book for Carson-Newman, and an 11-4 win for the Eagles. In a game that goes 2 hours and 11 minutes, they improve to 1-0 on the day and 15-2 on the season as Davis and Elkins drops their 5th straight. They fall to 1-10 overall. Got to move quickly as Carson-Newman heads to field 8, I believe, for game 2 of the day. They got Lincoln from Pennsylvania on tap next. Till then, Matt Scalzo signing off from the Eagle Sports Network. See you in a few.